Okay, we're here.
Here it is right here at the Homag IBM Hollerith poster circa 1934. The translation is "See everything with Hollerith postcards." It's great. Where's the machine? Right there.
And this started in 1934?
The actual company was
I'm Richard Freer. South Meridians for the Safety and Security of Israel. Today is Yom Hashoa, Day of Remembrance. On guard for America. The question that my panel members today, Robert Kunst, Shalom International, Defend Jerusalem, Dr. Harry Hamburger will pose is, will there be a second Holocaust? And first, Robert Kunst, Shalom International. Bob, will there be a second Holocaust?
Well, not if we have anything to do with it. Shalom International and DefendJerusalem.net, since October 2007, we've now done 240 rallies and events. We broke the silence, led the opposition in Annapolis, have taken it to both national conventions. We've done so many different rallies. We're constantly out in the community. We did a rally to keep Jerusalem united when the Pope was in Israel last year, and we're planning a big Million Mensch March June 6th in Washington, D.C., which is the annual anniversary of D-Day of the Six-Day War. Constant visibility and a statement of purpose of who we are, which is from Hitler to Hamas, the Holocaust continues. The Mufti of Jerusalem was in alliance with Hitler to finish off the Jews. What we're dealing with today with Hamas and Fatah and Hezbollah and Iran and the little Hitler there is all an extension thereof. And while they cowardly deny their role in the Holocaust, the point is they want to finish the job. And anything that does anything to divide Israel, divide Jerusalem, that's been Jewish for 3,000 years, Israel that's been Jewish for 5,000 years, all it does is give the Nazis another victory, and if it's up to us, we're not going to allow it to happen.
You are very courageous, and I'm certainly very appreciative of what you've done. Before we discuss West, Kaufman, and Kunst, I want to introduce Dr. Harry Hamburger, a Holocaust researcher who's going to show the world some artifacts from the Holocaust. Dr. Hamburger?
I want to move my position to be standing. Can you film this properly?
Sure.
Well, what I'm standing next to is a 300-year-old Iraqi tomb. And this came from Baghdad. And there was a vibrant Jewish community in Baghdad 300 years ago, contrary to what the world would like to be led to believe, that there were no Jews in the Middle East until the 1940s. And now we can actually look at something that they studied in Iraq, in Baghdad, which I rescued from there when the U.S. invaded Iraq. I think before we talk about the Holocaust, or a potential new Holocaust, there are a lot of people that say the Holocaust never happened. I want to show you, this is from the Leo Meister Daily Enterprise, from Leominster, Massachusetts, dated March 29, 1933. The original paper, Berlin declares a Jewish boycott. But this never happened, of course.
Horrifying.
I want to show you copies, photocopies, of papers that were from different newspapers: Baltimore, Daily Record, Division News. Hitler opens war, bombs Polish cities, Nazis prevent Jewish exodus. Dachau gives answers to why we fought. And as I open up the pages of the actual newspapers from the time, Boston Evening Globe, January 30th, 1933, Adolf Hitler appointed Chancellor of Germany. Dallas Morning News, April 2nd, 1933, Nazis boycott against Jews observed in holiday style.
Chilling.
Nazis to grab Jewish riches in San Francisco Chronicle, April 28, 1938. Now we're talking about somebody else wanting to grab everybody's riches, but we'll talk about that later. Here we have the Dallas Morning News, November 11, 1938. Hysterical Nazis wreck thousands of Jewish shops. burned synagogues in wild orgy of looting and terror. Policing refused to halt organized riots in Germany. Kristallnacht. Nazis prevent Jewish exodus with the store windows shattered. This is Dallas Record. Boston, Friday, November 18, 1938. Houston Post. Wednesday, November 23, 1938. Nazi Germany threatens to exterminate Jews. This is all, these papers are all in archives, so you can simply make copies of them. Hitler grabs Czech Mason. San Francisco Chronicle. Hitler opens war, bombs Polish cities. Ghetto Jews killed in battle with Nazis. Jewish news from Detroit, my hometown. December 11, 1942, Warsaw Ghetto. And as part of that, 2/3 of Jews in Poland enslaved since the Nazi occupation. Division news, the U.S. soldiers entered Dachau. Dachau prison shows why we fought. Finally, on October 1st, 1946, 12 Hitler top men sentenced to hang. Final murderers roll call. This never happened. But these are just newspaper pictures. These are original photos from different concentration camps. There were never any Jews killed in Nazi Germany or the rest of Europe. There were never any Jews in concentration camps. Is this all coming through here properly, Richard? On the camera?
This will wet my eyes.
Okay. Here we have children and their mothers waiting to go into the gas chamber at Dachau. Of course, it was very profitable for the Nazis. Here are wedding bands that are going to be melted down. And finally, even in the ovens, the Jews prayed to God.
This is so horrible.
Well, it goes on. It goes on and on and on.
And in regard to the
Let me finish. It goes on and on and on. But finally, at the end, as the orphans were liberated, where's the first place they went? In the trains to Israel. That was their hope. That was their country. And this is the country that our government is trying to partition their capital and destroy today. Look at these faces. How can you say we're going to destroy this hope? Now, there are other things. Within the concentration camps, the Jews were not allowed to have money, so they made their own currency, which they could purchase things with. The Terenstat. You could even see the artistic work that they did.
So sad.
And of course, we had our Jewish police with their armbands, just like we have J Street today. We have the armbands from the Warsaw Ghetto. Of course, this never happened. Children's armbands from Poland. They had to wear when they went out into the streets. The Jewish Red Cross from Dachau, with no medicines and no supplies, they still minister to the health of the people.
Dr. Hamburger, this morning at the JCC, Howard Herskowitz did a presentation about his father's experiences, and I recommend this book, Aaron's Journey from Slave to Master. He took retaliation and killed Nazis after escaping.
I'm going to sit now, and we're going to talk about, sit next to my 300-year-old Torah, and we're going to talk about some things that are happening today, which are going to be very interesting. Hopefully, get both of us in the photograph.
Okay, I'm going to start.